Hey, welcome back to the Think Bigger Real Estate Show. Very excited today to be here with a good friend of mine, somebody who has a lot of value to offer to real estate agents. Before I introduce her, we take care of a little housekeeping. If you do me a favor, if you're watching this show live, please type live in the comments. If by chance you're watching the replay, let us know that. We'd love to hear kind of at what point people are catching this great content. And if you found value here at all, please share it out. Amy has so much good to offer people that I want to be sure to not keep it a secret. So today's guest is Amy Donaldson, top producing real estate agent and author of this book, Get Off the Cash Flow Roller Coaster. And if you're a real estate agent, you've probably been on that before. I know, having been a business owner, even as a builder, it's not uncommon to be on a cash flow roller coaster. You have big months and you have drought or famine months. So Amy wrote a book on this because not only did she figure out how to navigate this, but also how to teach other people. So Amy, thank you for coming on the show today and imparting of your wisdom with the audience.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Very, very good. So let's dig into this. We've promised the audience to help them identify two blind spots. All of us have blind spots, right? And they're always more apparent in other. It's always easier to spot someone else's blind spots than it is our own, obviously. That's why they're called blind spots.
Yeah, it's hard to see the picture when you're sitting in the frame.
I like that. So with the amount of transactions that you've done and the amount of agents that you've coached and taught and helped, there's a couple that probably stand out to you. Would you do me the favor? Let's start with the first one. What's the first major blind spot that you think real estate agents struggle with?
The first major blind spot when people get into real estate, they don't realize that they are actually tasked with running a business, that their own personal real estate activity is a business. And the minute that light bulb goes on for them, so many things change in terms of the way that they go about their day. Like, they just kind of see themselves as, I'm a real estate agent. And I don't know if they think that, well, they know it's not a job, but they don't quite realize that it actually is a business and can be run as a business.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because it's true. I think they come into the business saying, I want to learn how to sell real estate. And so naturally they put themselves in, I'm a real estate salesperson, just like maybe they used to sell appliances or cars or RVs, or now I sell real estate. And even though there's this 1099 reality, I agree with you wholeheartedly that there's a little bit of a deficiency in, no, I'm actually a CEO. I'm actually a business owner, right?
Yes. And the minute they start to realize that, so one of the biggest things that changes is they start to think about being in business. So like a perfect example, I see so many agents, especially newer agents, but I see agents that have been doing this for a while. They'll meet someone, they'll get into a real estate conversation, and that person expresses that they're not going to sell their house for probably 2 years. When their youngest kid graduates high school, they're going to downsize, and that kid is a sophomore. And the real estate agent gets frustrated. They're like, oh, I keep talking to all these great people, but this one's not for 6 months. That one's not for 2 years. That one, whatever their timeline is. And as a business owner, the way that people initially respond is they're not happy because they need a transaction.
Yeah. Dang it. 2 years.
Like, oh, it's so frustrating. Nobody
came to my open house today, right? Like, nobody came.
People did, but they're not going to buy until next year. And the problem,
window shopping.
Right. Well, but the shift that happens when you think of yourself as a business is you go, oh, well, I plan to be in business 2 years from now. I plan to be in business 6 months from now. So I'm not thinking about, while yes, I do need something to happen this weekend, I also know that I'm going to want to be in conversation and have closing 6 months, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, because as a business, you're looking at the greater scheme of things. And so what begins to happen, so anyone listening today who's in real estate and has been in real estate for more than 6 months, think about this. If 6 months ago you had this mindset, what would this weekend look like for you?
You just got paid 2 years from now if you have the foresight to see it that way, right?
Right. And so the way that I look at when I'm talking with somebody who has an interest in buying or selling real estate is I'm not so concerned with when that's going to happen. Is it going to be this weekend? Is it going to be this year? Is it going to be 6 months from now? I'm more interested in the fact that when they buy that house, I'm the one handing them their keys. Or when they sell a house, I'm the one putting my sign in their yard. As opposed to when exactly that happens. So that's the biggest mindset. And there's a lot of other things when you start thinking of yourself as a business too. It's helpful in terms of, how you look at taxes and how you track things. There's a
ton, right?
But the biggest impact on your bottom line is really keeping track of these people and being excited to talk to anybody about real estate that's going to be buying or selling at any point, whether it's tomorrow or next year or 2 years from now.
It's almost as if one could say, with the right perspective, you're not buying for 2 years from now. That means I get 2 years to build a relationship with you, get me referrals along the way, and ensure, I got more time to win you over to be a forever client.
Exactly. So anybody that expresses to me that they're going to buy or sell at any point, my goal is that when they're ready, I'm their obvious choice.
Fantastic. I love it. Let's move on to the second blind spot. What is another major blind spot that you see agents have that we can help them with today?
Okay, well, it dovetails nicely in with what we were just discussing. So the second biggest blind spot is the job of a real estate agent. The main job really is prospecting. It's not selling houses. And for very obvious reasons, most real estate agents think their job is to sell houses. And really that's the byproduct of their job. And that's at the end of their job where the income is. But their main job that creates that income, that gives them that opportunity, is prospecting. So having a daily habit of prospecting. And I think in the book I talk about, I think I say 2 hours a day. And and that's a little bit, I don't feel like it needs to be a specific number. It might be different for everyone depending on what their goals are. I feel like somebody starting off should spend the majority of their day prospecting until you have somebody to show houses to. That's the main thing. So the main takeaway, as opposed, because I put 2 hours because people always ask, well, how much time should I spend, right? So I kind of had to come up with something, and I feel like that's a good amount for people just to be coasting on. But the real takeaway that I want people to understand is that your job literally is prospecting, and any day that you did not prospect was a day off. What happens, real estate agents, when they're new, they're highly focused on getting a new client. They do whatever activities they do, whether it's open houses or phone calls or door knocking, it works. And then suddenly they've got 3 transactions in escrow, and now their hair is on fire. They stop prospecting because they're dealing with everything, keeping those deals together and getting them across the finish line. Well, that happens. And now, they just got paid on these 3 transactions, but their pipeline is empty.
Hence the roller coaster. Right?
And that's the roller coaster. And that's how it happens. And the way to avoid it is to have a daily ritual. So what happens, the pushback I get from agents is they'll say, but then I don't have time to, I've got these deals in escrow. And literally it happens around 3 to 4 deals in escrow. Whereas once you have systems in place, I can have 10 deals in escrow and that's not a problem, right? I just have a normal day. You have different systems, right? Well, what happens is people think they don't have time to prospect. But when you shift your mind and go, okay, no, that's your job, everything else fits in around it. So if you don't have time to do everything on your list and prospecting is non-negotiable, maybe you can pay another agent to go sit at that home inspection or put the flyers in your box, or because remember, you've got some money coming in. So you do have the ability, and agents are great this way. You could pay somebody a nominal amount to go do some of these tasks for you, or you can pay them a small percentage of your commission. So you don't have to write them a check today. You can pay them when it closes to fill up your flyers, run your little booty box out to the new listing, every little thing. So when you look at what's filling up your day that's taking away from your prospecting time, those are the tasks to delegate. The prospecting has to be you, and it has to be done. So everything else, while may also have to be done, it does not have to be done by you.
I love it. What a great distinction. It's interesting. As you're sharing this, I've seen agents, you've seen agents that got into the business, studied real estate really hard, felt like they could be really good. The part that HGTV shows, right? Where it's you show the house and it's like, isn't it beautiful? Do you love it? Let's make an offer. And it's like, that's the part that TV shows. The part they don't see is the grinding behind the scenes to get that opportunity. And I love how you said that, Amy, that your job, if you don't get good enough at job number 1, you never get to do job number 2. Like
that's right.
And that's why agents get out of the business, is no one ever told them the hard truth of what you just said, is that job number 1 is to go find the business, go build relationships and have conversations about real estate that open up the door for you to then be able to do job number 2.
Well, yeah. And what happens, they start selling houses and they stopped prospecting. And then all of a sudden, once those deals close, they need to start over. So they're constantly starting over. They're constantly grinding away, and their business never grows. And they feel like they either have no money or no time, right? It's like those two things. They can't quite get it to. And the way to get the machine turning is to never stop prospecting. And it doesn't, initially it should be that is how all day should be spent. But 2 hours a day is enough. And for some people who have bigger goals, maybe it's 4 hours a day, or maybe it's 3. The amount of time isn't as important as the consistency, right? And that you're doing it every single day. And so one thing I tell people, like, if you did not prospect today, you took the day off, and they'll say to me, yeah, but I had 2 closings. I wrote 3 addendums. I wrote an offer. I took a new listing.
I didn't work today. Yeah.
That's a day off. And a lot of those things could be delegated out, and you took the day off. And then what they need to realize is that when you string too many days off together in a row, that's a vacation. Now, in my opinion,
you've been on vacation for years, is what you're telling me, Amy.
Well, you know what? In my opinion, your vacation should be spent drinking something sweet out of a coconut somewhere, not a home inspection running around with clients.
Oh, this has been amazing, Amy. I want to put, for many of you who are like, this is gold, which I feel that way. You can get Amy's book. She's got a free plus shipping offer. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Just pay her for the cost of printing the book and getting it to you. Get off the cashflowrollercoaster.com.
Yeah.
Go find this book. If anything that we've said here today has resonated with you, like, oh my goodness, are they talking about me? Are they talking about my life? This is your chance to go learn more and then follow Amy on Facebook, get to know her. She has coaching offerings and a number of other things. So, Amy, thank you for your time. I knew this would be a good one. I'm excited to share this out. So again, for those that are watching, please show Amy and me your love by pushing the share button and get the word out. So thank you again, Amy. It's been a total pleasure as always. And we will connect soon. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.